Hello and welcome to the grand finale of this shit. We're playing as Monokuma, the big bad, the big antagonist. I think also at the end of this, I just have to walk a bunch of steps to reach level 99. So that's pretty much all we have in store for this. It's nothing extraordinary, really. Honestly, kind of disappointing, to be honest. It could have been way cooler, but it just is what it is. I don't really know what would have been a cooler way to get 100%. There's not really too many crazy. I guess maybe honestly like no, like the Minesweeper game, that was pretty I kind of ruined any sort of, you know, yippee moment by doing the solver. So that's not gonna happen. But that's fine. It doesn't matter. So, I guess we're just locked in for a hot minute. So, how about I tell you a story? How's that sound? What do I want to tell you about? How about, okay, so there was this one time, back when I was in high school, I used to work at McDonald's, and if you, I mean, some people know that already. If you didn't know that, now you know. But when I was in high school, I worked at McDonald's, and they always had me working in the grill. They didn't ever really let people from the grill area go up to like work the counter, but you know, people call off all the time. They're just always understaffed. Like they just wanted to suck up to like the manager. She's like a bajillionaire. Not really. I mean, she has like 3 houses or something. So, I mean, she's got money, and yet, you know, you want to save nickels and dimes? Like, anyways, that's totally getting off track. But, yeah, so they would let me do the fries, because, you know, I'd worked there for, like, a little while. I was pretty good at what I did, so, there was also some other dude. He was kind of like a bum that worked in the grill. It was me and him. And I didn't really have anything to talk to him about, so yeah, I was totally fine doing like the fries station stuff up front. And it was weird. There was like this Japanese businessman. He came into the store and he walked up to the counter, and you know, there was all these like stupid high school students that work here. And there was this one girl. I didn't really know her. I think she must have gone to like a different school. She was trying to take his order, and she just couldn't figure out what he was saying. So I was like, you know what, you're fine, just take over my spot. You know, I've barely ever done this shit, but like I could figure out what his order is better than you can. Like, you know, I don't know if it's, you know, if I got that anime watching, you know, bonus or or what, but yeah, I was able to put in his order. And dude, oh my god, his order, it was like a dinner box, which is 2 cheeseburgers, 2 Big Macs, like a large fry, what else, 20 nuggets, I think. And then on top of that, he ordered 2 quarter pounders. I don't know if I said 2 fish fillet already, but he ordered 2 fish fillet, and then like an extra 20 nuggets for like a total of 40. And this was when I had the idea of the kill order, and the kill order was, if I got this order again, I would just walk out and quit on the spot. But you know, I only came up with that after this scenario. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm only here for like 30 more minutes, like I'll just tough it out, it's fine. So I was like, alright, whatever. Took his order, and this dude was gonna back up the drive-thru. So I ran back to the grill area, and you know, I was making all this stuff. You know, like normally, like later in the day, you try and like downsize everything so you're not wasting everything when like closing time comes. So I ended up having to make like a lot of this food fresh, because we were just constantly going through everything. And then I finished the order, and then the girl from before that was trying to take his order, she gave him the bag, and he was like, oh, thank you very much. He seemed like very like grateful. So that was cool. And then I was about to leave. My job as like, I was kind of like the assistant closer for like the grill area in this situation. So they're like, hey, you know, can you take the trash out? Because like, you know, when there's only like, when you're running like bare bones like closing shift, you don't want to like have somebody leave to take the trash out like before you guys are closed. Like, so I was like, all right, whatever, I'll take the garbage out. Honestly, taking the garbage out was kind of nice because you could, you know, fuck around, sit on your phone for a minute, put some headphones in, you know. It wasn't all that bad of a gig, honestly, so I was like, sure, I'll take the garbage out. And then yeah, so I took the garbage out. There's like this little like I don't know, gate box area that you bring the garbage to. So I'm lugging the things in, I got my headphones in, and then the Japanese businessman is there. He's smoking a cigarette by the garage, or not the garage, the garbage, the big garbage can. So I was like not paying attention. I was totally in my own lane. I was thriving. I was probably listening to like Draw the Emotional, which is like a J-rock band, which is kind of funny when you think about it. It's kind of like ironic. So yeah, I didn't notice him at first, and he scared the shit out of me. He was like, I saw like the ash like hit the ground, like whatever, and then I was like, dude, what? You can't be back here. Like, you have to, like, this is not the place that you can smoke a cigarette. Like, you gotta get out of here, dude. I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm trying to get out of here. Like, it is super weird. It was so weird. And then in like perfect English, he's just like, oh, that was the best burger I ever had. I wanted to meet the cook himself. And, you know, I had a feeling that I would meet you here, so I'm glad that our paths crossed again. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're being super weird. Like, you gotta go. You gotta go. And then I was like, I don't really know what you're talking about. And then he's like, you got way too much talent to be working here. Here's my number. And he gave me like this business card. He's like, you gotta call me and I'll set you up for life. You'll be set up for life. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll definitely call you. Like, I wasn't gonna call this fucking weirdo. So, you know, he was still back there, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, I gotta put this garbage away so I can leave. And yeah, he was just back there like watching me. And then eventually all that was done, and I went back into the store, and then I clocked out, and then I walked home because my house was like really close to the McDonald's, so I walked home. Did I walk home? Dude, I don't remember. I think I had, yeah, I don't know. I think I did walk, because I don't think I had my, maybe I had like my permit or like my license. Maybe I didn't have a car to drive. I don't remember. Either way, I made it home. Didn't really matter anyway. But yeah, so that was that encounter. And then a few days pass, and now we're talking like 7 p.m. on like a Saturday. I hear a knock on the door, and I'm home alone. So I'm like, God, like, is someone, like, is family over? Like, they're stopping by? I don't. Sometimes they just do that, and like, I don't have any clue about what's going on until it happens. So, you know, I look out the window. I don't see any cars in the driveway. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is it like a mailman? So I go to the door, and there's a metal baseball bat to like the side of the door, just in case. And so I open the door, and there's like this gorgeous girl. She's standing on the porch, like one of like the prettiest people I've ever seen in my entire life. She's just standing on the porch. And, you know, this actually happened one time before, where some girl just like came up to my porch. She was trying to like sell me a book or something. She was like trying to be like real social. It was really awkward and terrible for the both of us. And I was like, oh, fuck, not this again. Like, oh, that's terrible. So, you know, I'm just like, what's up? Like, and she's like, oh, are you, you know, do you live here? And I'm like, yeah, I live here. Why else would I be in here? That was kind of like a dumb question. But she was like, oh, are you Melvin? And I'm like, yeah, why? And she was telling me like all this shit. She was like, yeah, I'm part of like the recruitment team for this school. I'm like, oh, she's probably just like trying to fucking like get me to go to like, you know, a college or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm not really interested. So I tried to make it look like I was really uninterested in what she was trying to sell me. And you know, she asked me if I wanted to go on a walk, and I was like, this is kind of weird, but also like, you know, like, you know, when would I have the opportunity to like walk with such like a pretty girl? So I was like, you know what, fuck it, if I die like if I die, this is like the way I would want to go out, I guess. Like maybe it would be worth it. So yeah, we go on a walk down the street, and she was like, yeah, you know, my dad, he like paid my tuition, and like, you know, I have all these things lined up for the future because, you know, I'm going to school here. She's like, yeah, I'm like the ultimate like recruiter or something. Like I just, you know, this is like a side job for me. Like, well, actually, I don't even think it was a side job. I mean, spoiler alert, I don't really get to know this lady that well. Maybe this was like her main gig, I don't know. But if it was, you know, it wasn't working on me. Or maybe it was, because, you know, I did go on the walk, so maybe it did work. Maybe she got me. But, yeah. So we're walking down the street, and, you know, she's like, yeah, you know, the school, Hope's Peak, whatever, you go there, you're, like, set for life. But it's, like, it's out of the US, so you'd have to be willing to, like, leave for, I don't remember, I think it was 4 years. I would imagine it would still be 4 years for like, university. I can't imagine it would be different, but I don't really know all that well how it works, like, overseas. So I was like, yeah, I don't really speak any language other than English, so I'd probably just like be struggling wherever that was. Not to mention, like, I'd have to like give up like all of my friends and family, and that's like a sacrifice that I'm not so sure that, you know, I could make so easily. Like, who would I talk to? I'm not like a social guy. I would not make new friends out there. So I was like, yeah, you know, I don't think this is for me. I appreciate, you know, you spending this time talking to me. You know, I'm sure you really like went out of your way for me, and, you know, I wish, you know, you the best, and you know, leave me alone, I guess. I mean, I didn't really want her to leave me alone, because, you know, like, mama, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I was like, yeah, I don't really want to go. And she like grabbed my arm, and she was like trying to like fight me like physically. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this lady? So yeah, she was like trying to pin me down, but I broke free, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go home. You know, there's the baseball bat behind the door. You know, I'll just go home, grab that. You know, if she tries to break in, I fucking I'll fucking swing on her. I don't care. So I make it home. I close the front door behind me. I lock the door, baseball bat in hand, and she's just doof, 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 doof on the door. And I'm like, this fucking bitch is crazy. This bitch is insane. And
what's going on?
You know, I was just kind of like hiding out of sight, and
you serious?
I see her like, I see her like jump up, and she peeks through like the kitchen window, and I'm like, this bitch, she cannot be for real. Like, why didn't just go to the next door? Just go next door. Leave me alone. And
I won't be fooled.
She definitely saw me, and she saw that I saw her. And then she throws like there's a rock like a big rock in our like our garden. She throws the giant rock at the glass, shatters it. It's totally busted. And I saw her fucking hands grab the window frame. Like they had to have been cut up like crazy. Like she just broke glass there. So I'm like, oh hell no, I gotta get out of here. She is absolutely off the bean. She's off the goop. So I go downstairs, I hide in the basement, and I'm like, alright, if she comes by here, I'll hear her walking past, and I'll just swing and I'll just crack her fucking skull open. I'm like, fuck it. She's clearly not right in the head. I feel like I'm well within my right to do this. So, you know, she's like checking the house, and it takes a long time for her to come down the stairs, but I hear it. I hear her go down the stairs. And I'm like, okay, you know, I just gotta like pay attention, you know, listen closely, because like if I come out too early, like I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. And you know, the time for me to strike, it's right there, and I swing, and she fucking ducks under the swing, and then she grabs me by the neck, and she choke slams me into the ground. And then I don't even know what happened. I think she like strangled me unconscious. Like, dude, it was fucking crazy. But like, it doesn't end there though. So I wake up, I'm in this box, and it's pitch black. I can't hear anything. I just hear like an engine. I think it like it had to have been a plane. Like it had to have been a plane. Like it wasn't like rocking around like a boat or anything, or like it didn't sound like a train. So I'm assuming they put me on a plane, and I tried to break out, but dude, I'm not him. I'm not him. I could not. I made zero progress. I was like, you know what? My head is fucking killing me. I'll just fucking go to sleep. Like, I'll just wait it out. Like, it was fucking terrible though. Like, I don't do well with closed spaces, and that was fucking awful. And then eventually I wake up and I'm in this school, and it looks like a fucking Gary's Mod map. Like, it was so fucking weird. So I'm sneaking around this school because I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, this bitch just like kidnapped me. Like, I don't know where I am. I don't know why they left me there. But I wake up, and then I'm sneaking around, and then I see a couple people. I'm like, I don't know if I should I talk to these guys? Like, maybe these are the fucking weirdos that put me in a box in a plane and sent me down the fucking river. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I was watching them, and then the fucking crazy recruiter girl, she's like talking to them casually. I'm like, oh hell no, these guys are bad news. I'm out of here. So I just like stayed in the classroom where I like woke up, and I was just sneaking around like nobody could find me. You know, in the middle, like the dead of night, I would just steal food from like the kitchen. And then there was like this giant storage room. It was kind of like, you know, if you've ever been to like fucking Home Depot or Lowe's. Sometimes people would make like forts out of like the toilet paper. Like, that was kind of like me. I made my own little like hiding spot. And like occasionally I would hear people like sneak in and like grab something, but that was very uncommon. So I was kind of just chilling, to be honest. Super bored, really fucking bored, but I was kind of just chilling in there. And then I kept hearing announcements over the PA system where like it'd be like, blah, 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 blah. A body's been discovered, you know, class trial. I don't really know what like that shit is. Like, maybe they forgot I was here, or someone was trying to like fucking rescue me. I don't know who would kill people to rescue me, but like eventually like people would just stop coming into the storage room. Like, I swear it felt like a week had gone by and nobody came into the room. So I was like, you know what? Maybe they like broke down like this fucking like underground whatever kidnapping ring this is. Like maybe I'm free to walk. So I'm still sneaking around though. Like you never know, you know. So eventually I find this fucking giant metal door and it's just like wide open. I'm like, okay, like is this a trap? Like I don't know, but I'm getting the fuck out of here. I fucking beeline. I'm I'm sprinting. I'm running. And then I was just wandering around. I was in like some like Japanese city. I was just looking so lost, I don't speak no languages. But luckily, after wandering around like the whole day, I meet this dude. He was like in his like early 30s, maybe like mid 30s, and he could speak English. He was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm from the US. I woke up and that giant fucking building there. Yeah, I like just like came out of there. I don't know what the fuck's going on." He's like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. Like you're good. Like oh, so like what are you trying to do here?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm really not trying to be here. I would like to go home." So he's like, "Yeah, I don't really know. I don't got money like that, so I don't know if I could really get you out of here, but I do work at like it was like a fucking, it was like a bar, but also like a club, but like they had live music. I don't remember what it was called, but I'm at like this club thing, and he's like, "Listen, bro, we had this act going on like at 8, and we need somebody to fill this slot. Like we can't just have dead air." And I'm like, "Oh god, like I don't really do anything," but I was like, here's my YouTube channel. I got these April Fool's bars. Fuck it, I'll just do the April Fool's rap." And then he's like, how about we don't use this instrumental and we use something that I cooked up?" And I'm like, "Wes, you fucking make beats? Like that's crazy." He's like, yeah. It doesn't matter. Just get on stage. If you bomb out, it's fine. I won't blame you, but just do your best." And I'm like, oh god, like dude, fuck. I'm so unprepared. Like nobody's gonna fuck with me because I'm just like a stupid idiot foreigner. Like nobody's gonna fuck with me. But I'm like, oh yeah, Pizzatron 3000. I'm skating down that mountain, and they were like actually feeling it, and maybe they couldn't tell what I was saying was just like bullshit. They just liked how it rhymed, but they were actually like they were fucking with it hardcore. And then Wes comes up to me after like the session, and he's like, "Dude, I've never seen them act like that for like any English act before. Like there's been multiple English acts here, but the crowd has never really felt them, but you gotta come back. You gotta come back again next week. And then if it pops off like it did this week, I'll pay you for your flight back home, because like that's the least I could do." He was trying to convince me to stay though. He's like, "Listen, bro, the people fuck with you, you could just stay with me for like a while. Like you were already gonna be staying with me for a week, but you could stay as long as you need to, like be able to afford a house and like your own place to live, and then you could keep doing shows. I could keep making beats." And I'm like, I don't know about that, Wes. Like that just seems like a lot. So I was like, I don't know. We'll just see next week. And then eventually next week rolls around, and then I played him some of like the unreleased stuff, like the Like I'm up in Buckingham Palace, the queen is sucking my phallus. And then the crowd they just fucking went crazy. They were loving it. I'm like, they don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but they hear Melvy raps come on, and they're like, yeah, let's go crazy. So, that was pretty cool. That's definitely like a core memory for me. Like, despite going through such a fucking trauma, it ended up working out well in the end. But yeah, after that, Wes is like, a deal's a deal, but like, you really should stay. Like, you definitely have like a future here, should you choose to take it. Here's the tickets to go back home. Well, you only need one ticket, but it wasn't like a super nice flight. There was like a layover. I don't fucking remember where. I just slept in the damn airport the whole time. But he's like, listen, we'd be happy to have you back whenever you come back. He's like, we love you here, like me and the staff. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I've only talked to you. Like, what staff? And then he just like smiled at me. He's like, just, I don't even remember. I don't even think he said anything after that. I just took the ticket and then I just flew back home. And then I got kind of sick. And then that's why I missed last Monday's upload. It was because I was sick. The video was supposed to go up on Monday, but I got home on Thursday. So yeah, that's what happened. It's a crazy story, really. But yeah, that's why I missed the last week's upload. This was supposed to go up last week. But yeah, I got some neat videos coming up soon, and we've also 100% the game. So now they could release Danganronpa 4 whenever they want, and I'll be happy to 100% it again. I guess I could 100% the first game too. I haven't 100% that on this account. Actually, I haven't even played Danganronpa 1 on this account, but maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I don't actually know how much longer I have to go. I think I'm well over the allotted time for this, but yeah, that's all. We're done. We're done playing Danganronpa V3. It's a little bittersweet. It's a little bittersweet. There's a couple things I could do instead. I could do Yumetuki expeditions. I could run some routes in Mirror's Edge. I could do not Danganronpa. I could do Town of Salem. I could do Binding of Isaac custom, like I could do Binding of Isaac videos. I don't really know. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but I do have 2 really good videos that are done and ready to come out, and then I'll also have some shorts that'll come out with that second video, because there's a bunch of good gags in there. But yeah, what else? I might as well just let it run for 30 minutes. We're already in this deep. Hopefully your day has been good. We had Monday off, which is pretty pogged. All of Sunday I was like, damn, I got so much shit to do. And then my sister was like, yeah, we don't have work tomorrow, right? Or I don't even know what the fuck she said, but she said something about not working tomorrow. She's like, oh, you could just go tomorrow. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, we have Monday off. I think it's, what is it, Labor Day? Something like that. Shout out to labor. I hate doing physical labor, but shout out to labor. I don't even know what the holiday is for, but they're real for letting me not go into work on a Monday and letting me stay up to 3:30 in the morning to shitpost and talk to myself. But yeah, I really got nothing left to say. Maybe we'll just sit in silence for 20 seconds and we can reflect on the time that we spent today, reflect on the day, and think about what the future has in store for us. But yeah, I don't I don't know. That's all I got. I will see you in like a week or something. And yeah, bye.